For more content like this, log on to GibboPresents.com.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm once again joined by Easy from Kosmik Movements, who only hours ago defeated Barrier Free at Andrew Digital's Appreciation Clash in Brooklyn, New York. Easy, how are you?
Yes, Gibbo, always a pleasure.
A very dominant performance from you last night in what was your first one-on-one clash. Could things have gone any better for you?
Yes, it actually could have. It could have, unfortunately, due to circumstances, the dance didn't really start on time, which is very disappointing because, for us, we wanted to, be able to play, 30-minute rounds, 20-minute, these short rounds, 20 minutes, 15, for us, that doesn't work for us anymore, So we was kind of disappointed that the dance started off so late, but at the end of the day, a victory is a victory, so we'll take it,
What do you think the keys to your victory were?
The key was basically, we realized once, we got to the dance and we saw the situation, we realized that unfortunately, even though it was our first one-on-one clash, it wasn't really a one-on-one clash because the rounds were short. So we knew we really had no time to really, play tunes and get into it. So we just had to just go for the straight kill. We couldn't give them a chance. And then, we saw how they were playing, and we just fed off of that and just, we didn't give them no room. It was no room for error. We just wanted to just go do what we had to do, and.
So as the rounds were cut short, did the strategy you had thought of coming into the clash go out the window?
Well, one thing I've learned over, these 6-7 years is never walk in there premeditated with what's going to happen, because anything can happen with these clashes. Anything, a sound might not show up, a sound might be running. So we try not to walk in there saying, okay, we're going to do a certain way. We kind of try to adjust to the situation, and that's what we did tonight.
This, as you said, was your first one-on-one clash. Why had we not seen you in one-on-one action until last night? Was it just the right offers weren't coming in, or did you think the multi-sound format was more suited to you?
No, actually, we've been waiting for a while, a couple of years now, to take one-on-one clashes. And I'm not going to say sounds were scared to take the dance, but the promoters it just never worked out. It never worked out. Every sound that we, approached it, for whatever reason, it never worked out. But for a long time now, we've been wanting to do one-on-one clash. And I'm going to make it my point to say this, that, from here on in, we're going to take as many one-on-one dates as possible, because a sound like Kosmik, even though we're still young, we still haven't had a chance to really, shine, blemish our tune. We haven't had a chance to really play the way we have the ability to play, because of the fact that we've been in so much multiple clashes, and every round is 10-15 minutes, So I was looking very forward to playing a nice, because at the same time, one-on-one, you learn from it, you learn how to strategize, and unfortunately it didn't work out, but from here on in, any one-on-one offers that's on the table, we're up for it. Any sound, it doesn't matter who, so.
You and Barrier Free were both part of Global Clash 2011, but that's gone back quite a while now. What were you expecting from them in this clash? What tactics did you think they would use?
I mean, I was expecting a tactic, but at the same time, I knew where they were playing. They were playing in New York, and the thing what people don't understand about New York is you're not going to come on stage, especially in Brooklyn, and do what you do elsewhere and expect to get the same fault, because we've seen all that already. We're used to it. We've seen it years ago with Mighty Crown. And, not taking anything away from Barrier Free, but, for some reason when, Japanese sound go to other places and people that never really seen them, perform, they get overly excited, because of the fact that they're Japanese playing reggae music. In Brooklyn, that gets thrown out the window from the moment you walk into the arena. That doesn't matter. At the end of the day, tunes is what talk. And I was confident walking into this dance that their box could not compare to mine. I mean, I'm not trying to sound boasty and everything, but to me, they sound like any other sound, but because of the fact that they were a Japanese sound, I guess they went to certain places to get certain sounds, and they blemished more. But in Brooklyn, that's not going to work, because at the end of the day, tunes talk.
Which of your tunes and or speeches got the biggest forwards?
I mean, I'm going to let people talk and say it, but personally, we had a strategy, which and everybody knows that certain artists, you just leave alone, and fortunately, Tarantula, respect every time. He's one of my closest friends, so he works with us, and we decided to do something similar to what we did in Warner East 2014, in which we just basically did a live dubplate special. Basically we described what was going on in the dance. And so by the end of the night, when it was time to play it, that basically solidified. That was like the lockup. From that point on, it was no coming back from that, So especially with all the controversy that happened before the dance, it kind of like brought everything to the table. And in a way, it was able for us to explain our side of the story, because right away people are going to say, oh, Kosmik ran, or Kosmik this, Kosmik that. But at the end of the day, I have to give respect to somebody who taught me a valuable lesson years ago. Poom from LP, he told me one day, he said, always remember the worth of your sound, and don't ever, take any shorts. So once the business side got handled, we were able to go in there and play. And like I said, we were able to explain the reasoning in that one dub. So, when people go back and listen to the audio, they'll understand more, more or less we're good. And like I said, that was probably the biggest tune for the night. We pulled it up a couple of times because it was, and when I tell you, we got the tune literally a minute and a half before it was time for us to play. Thank God for technology, whatever we were able to download. So it worked out. That probably was the biggest tune of the night.
I saw you made a post on Facebook not so long ago about a potential Kosmik versus Blunt Posse clash. And if I'm right, Sparks called them out at the end of the clash last night as well. For those who didn't catch the post, can you talk me through the past discussions and negotiations between the two sounds?
It wasn't really much discussions, let me not say that. What happened was I was listening to I-Shence show not too long ago, and I heard Kosmik name come up, and a member of Blunt Posse made a clear statement that Kosmik needs to stop running. And what annoyed me about that statement was the fact that numerous, and I purposely tagged promoters in that post, because I have nothing to hide. Numerous occasions I tried to make that, because that's what the people want. At the end of the day, this is fun for us. The people want to see Kosmik and Blunt. And for the past 3 years, it just hasn't happened, and it hasn't been on our part. We're willing, we're ready, and able. But for whatever reason, that side of the spectrum, we don't know what's the issue. But then to come up and say Kosmik has been running, I understand it's part of the business. You want to make it sound look good, but at the end of the day, we're here. We're ready. Let's go. Let's do it.
Is a one-on-one clash with Blunt Posse something you think needs to happen? And what are the chances we see it anytime soon?
I think it's good for the business because, we don't have to talk. The thing about Kosmik is win or lose, we came into this business, sounding different, not like any other sound. So with that being said, Blunt Posse and Kosmik needs to happen because Blunt Posse, and don't get me wrong, I respect and rate the sound. Actually, before Kosmik, I was a fan of Blunt Posse. Not saying I'm not a fan of them, but I was a fan of theirs, and I rate them. And by us clashing a sound like Blunt Posse, especially in a one-on-one situation, it'll basically show us where we stand and how much more we have to go. Because at the end of the day, my sound is only 6 years old. At the end of the day, we're only 15 years ago, I seen Blunt clash. So for us to come on stage and do a one-on-one with a sound of that caliber, it'll just prove to us, where we stand. So I think it needs to happen. Blunt, stop running.
Before I let you go, Easy, I need to get your thoughts on the sound clash topic of the moment. These new Supercat dubplates. What are your thoughts on them? Are they worth the high price tag? Are they as prestigious as the old ones? Discuss.
Supercat is voicing dubplates?
That's the word on the street.
Oh. I don't know anything. No comment about that. I heard talks about it, but all right. To be honest with you, it's a shaky situation because the way it was done, it makes people around the world sit back and say, the price was, as you expected was, pretty high, but, overall, my honest opinion, I think it's good for the business. It's excellent for the business, and if he loosens up on the price and be a little more available, it'll improve. But at this point right now, for a sound like mine, it doesn't matter anymore because it's been played already by numerous sounds. So the exclusiveness of it is gone already. What I pride myself in is a lot of things that I have in my box and stuff that is irregular. Now Supercat is voicing, and it's I heard two sounds played the same exact dub. From Supercat, and it seems to me like, all right, yeah, it's a big, but if I was to voice a Supercat, wouldn't you want to try to, I don't know, I think you would just try to do something different than what the IDs and the Silverhawks and all of those sounds from back then, because Supercat, at that time that was what was hot, but this is 2015, so. If by the grace of God a Supercat happens to fall, in my lap, I would make sure that I would think outside the box and do different. But overall, it's good for the business. It's good for the business. A lot of people were actually upset by the whole situation, especially for the fact that he did it for certain sounds out in Europe. But at the end of the day, that's his thing, and it is what it is. If it's meant for him to voice for Kosmik or any other, then it'll happen. But I'm not gonna, I'm not chasing it down. I'm not losing sleep over it. It is what it is.
Are you able to say if any American sounds, perhaps Kosmik, got a call to be part of this session, or was it just Euro sounds only?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
You plead the fifth.
I really don't. I found out about it after it happened. So.
Easy, congratulations on the victory as always. Thank you for taking time to chat. And I'm sure we'll be speaking again soon.
Absolutely, anytime. Salute every time.
Gibbo presents